What is up, YouTube? It's your boy G11 back at it again with another episode of the Homie Talk podcast. And today, guys, I want to talk about the topic of relationships. Now, you guys are probably wondering, gee, this is not a relationship channel. Why are you talking about this? Well, I think in this instance that we're going to cover today, it is actually important that we take a look. On the surface, what appears to be a successful relationship by a very high profile content creator. And they actually created a video where they explain what went wrong in the relationship causing the split, right? If you haven't figured out by the thumbnail already, you'll know I'm talking about this gentleman named Nas Daily. I actually first came across him, I think way back in like 2016, 2017. I followed his content. He would literally drop a video every day or at least several times a week where he's in different countries showcasing a unique individual or a custom or culture just around the globe. He was always in a different country, and it was just really cool to see these really short format videos, but they were very well produced. I mean, homie knew what he was doing, and he had a plan and he executed. Now, somewhere early on, he met a young lady. I believe her name is Evelyn or Evelyn. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but he met this young lady and they hit it off from what it seemed. I mean, he started including her in his videos, and on the surface, everything seemed pretty straight. I believe she was a content creator as well, and things just kind of took off from there. And in fact, I think it even enhanced his brand even more, showing that yeah, he had a successful relationship on top of his business, right? And it's not often that you see a content creator showcase their personal relationships on, throughout their content, right? Because it's a very personal thing, and it really added to the sincerity of what it was he was trying to do. So without talking too much more, guys, I'm going to get right into the content so we can see what actually went on and discuss it. Without further ado, let's rock and roll.
Aline and I have an announcement to make. Do you want to tell them?
No, you can do it.
Our 6-year relationship is coming to an end.
We are.
I have to say, even just this breakup video, it has high video quality, right? From the camera to the lighting to the location, the sound effects. He always has like some really awesome soundtrack on the backdrop. So shout out to Nas Daily.
Are breaking up.
And the reason for our breakup is sad. But first, let us start from the beginning. Our journey together started in June 2016. I was just starting Nas Daily.
And I had just gotten out of a divorce and was traveling the world.
The second week.
Okay, hold on, pause. So right off the rip, guys, we already have two very, very different beginnings. So Nas Daily, he was just getting started with his business, his videos that he was doing, the Nas Daily. And she started off with, I just got out of a divorce and was traveling the world. I don't gotta explain what's understood. What's understood ain't gotta be explained, right? Let's continue.
We met online. I knew she was special.
And I knew he was special too.
For me, it was love at first message.
Hey, I saw your video. It would be fun to hang out and talk and explore.
I loved everything about her. Her way of talking.
Hi, my name is Aline.
Her sense of humor.
No.
The way she capitalized words. Her kindness. Her personality. Her looks. Her culture. Everything. And I still love all of that about you.
And I still love so many things about you. I love his ambition, his generosity, his intelligence, his perception, his ability to communicate and connect with so many people.
Our first.
Okay. So far, so good. Outside of the first red flag, it seems like they're vibing. They got to know each other a little bit. They named some really admirable traits there, right? Let's continue.
Date together lasted 4 days. It was just magical. Welcome to the Dead Sea.
I mean, it was crazy. I moved in with your family. I wore your sister's clothes. This is your shirt. I ate your.
Okay, so this is pretty neat. Their first date was 4 days. She met his family. She's living with him. They vibing. So let's figure out what actually caused the rift. We're going to skip ahead to about 3 minutes and 42 seconds into it to see what actually went wrong here.
Give me what I needed in a relationship.
From my perspective, I was bidding for attention, right? In relationships, like the number one indicator of them falling apart is if someone asks for attention and they don't get it. And
I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true. She says the number one indicator. Let's see what she said.
in relationships, like the number one indicator of them falling apart is if someone asks for attention and they don't get it.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the number one indicator. There's going to be plenty of times throughout a relationship where the man or the woman, I think both, are going to ask for attention but don't always get it because people have things that they have to do. People are busy. So I don't agree with that statement that she just made. Number one indicator. Let's continue.
And I was not having my bids for attention responded to. I feel like you were going into your own world, right? And I was getting pushed out of the world. And I feel like it's actually been happening for a few years. And I feel like I've been trying so hard to fit into your world. But I finally reached a point where I was like, no, like I want to have my own world too. Like I'm not going to be on the periphery of someone else's world.
Yeah.
Okay. So the translation I'm getting from this is she wanted to be the primary focus of the relationship. She wanted him to stop focusing on the business so much and focus on her. But here's the problem with that, right? If he is spending a majority of his time focusing solely on you, giving you all the attention that you require, he is going to be missing out on time and opportunity to grow his business. That's how it started, right? In the beginning, he said when they first met, he was just starting Nas Daily and he was really working and grinding to grow that business. She was traveling the world. They met and they started, he started incorporating her and continue to grind and hustle and work on that business. So I think that's where the initial problems start. I don't think it's a knock on him, quite frankly, because he was on his purpose and he on to doing great things, right? I think really what we're looking at the start of this is that she doesn't understand her role. And I know a lot of you aren't going to agree with me, but in a relationship, you do have roles. Especially if you have a dude that's on his purpose, like this guy, like he has literally built his company from the ground up. Her role in that instance then should have been to focus and support him and key in on that. And by default, she would have become the focus. Think about it. Seriously, this is how we operate as men, right? We work on action. We look at what you do. So if you have a woman that's being fully supportive, and I can even say this, my wife supports a majority, actually 100% of what I do, right? She brings me content. She hits me up when she sees something interesting, allows me the time necessary to focus and get these videos done. When you have someone that's supporting you in that way so that you can continue to divert your focus towards your purpose, your business, whatever it is that you're trying to do to make sure that you can provide, right, for the family unit and take care of them and make this money, then by default, she's going to be taken care of. So that's where I think her logic is a little iffy here.
And I realized I was thinking so much about you and you were not thinking so much about me. And you were thinking so much about your company. So it's like,
I wasn't thinking about myself.
Yeah.
Okay, that just reinforces my point right there. He said, I wasn't even thinking about myself. I bet you the next thing that comes out of his mouth is he's going to say, I was thinking about growing this business so I could get to the bag. I guarantee it.
That's the thing. I wasn't thinking about myself. I wasn't thinking about you. I was thinking about life and death, survival of this thing that I'm building.
Yeah.
I love it when I'm right. Hey, so he said it right there. He wasn't thinking about you. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was thinking about building this fucking business so that y'all can retire early and not have to struggle and worry about stuff the rest of your life. So that he could take care of you. Like that's the part that she's not understanding. And I'm not trying to knock her, but this mindset that she has, that's the problem. Let's continue some more, see what else we can mine out of this. This is good.
That ended up destroying everything.
Yeah.
From my side, I know myself. I invest a lot. I'm obsessive about things that I feel like can work out and become big in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't invest anything in things that I don't see a future for.
Now, this is a sentiment I can agree with, and I think most logical thinking men can agree with as well. If we see some type of potential in whatever, relationships or a business, if we see the potential for growth, we will invest in it because we want to see that come to fruition. We'll put in the time, we'll put in the work, we'll put in the money, we'll do what we need to do to see that thing reach its potential. However, if we have the foresight, and it's not no type of magical power, I'm just saying logically thinking, when you get into a situation, you generally can tell how things are going to go by using context clues. If we can tell that the situation isn't looking like it's going to get any better or have any substantial type of growth, we typically will not invest our time or money or resources into it because we see it's going to be a waste of time. That's the translation here.
And I think at some point after 4 or 5 years, subconsciously, I felt that there is no future in our relationship
Mm-hmm.
because we couldn't agree on many fundamental things: how to live, where to live, in what the setting of family versus no family, right? We couldn't agree on some of the most basic things in
It
relationships.
sounds like she was a
And I
little
was
bit
like,
combative with these things.
well, wait a minute. Why invest in something that's going to break apart in 2, 3, 4 years? So it became a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So that's very, 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 very important. I don't want to just gloss over that bit of information he just said. So think about it. He mentioned that they could not agree on very important fundamental things: where to live, how to live, family. She was not trying to follow his lead from what this sounds like, right? It sounds like she was a bit combative on those things. The reality of it is, when you have a situation where you have a man that's successful, and by all means, I would say Nas Daily fits that description. Y'all might think he's whatever. Y'all, honestly, just looking at this guy, just at first glance, he's probably not high on the priority list in terms of look based on what women are looking for these days. I don't think he'd be high on the list, but by all means, he's a successful individual. And when you have someone who's confident in themselves, who's on the pathway to success, who's grinding and building the business, of a woman that's going to step into that relationship needs to understand his mindset. You're going to get with his program and you're going to support him. And this isn't to say like you're going to totally just be like a slave in the situation. No, you support him in multiple ways, right? You support him by providing that comforting home, that clean environment, cooking him a good meal, just saying some kind words of encouragement, smiling. You know, that is just even just the small things. We appreciate that. And that's sometimes it gives us the boost that we need to make it through a hard day because we're out there fighting the world. I guarantee you, this guy, he's probably had a lot of highs and a lot of lows with this thing. He's investing his time, resources, and money to make sure his business is succeeding. He doesn't really have time to worry about your bids for attention. Whether you agree with me or not, it is what it is. I want to watch a little bit more and see what else we can mine out of it. This is good stuff.
Are you sad?
On and off. But I was sad for a long time already. I was already sad during the relationship. I was grieving the relationship while I was in the relationship.
Part of me feels like this is a cycle. Right now it's a cycle of me investing in the company,
Mm-hmm.
going all in like crazy.
You're in your
I'm
grind,
gonna
G.
come out of it at some point.
No, you won't.
I mean, I know I
That's
will.
not true.
I know.
No.
I know.
You said that with the daily videos, and then there was supposed to be a certain amount of time, and then you made it 1,000 days. So I waited with you. I dated you for almost 3 years.
So I remember what she was talking about. He did do the 100 videos, and then he did do 1,000 days where he cranked out a video like every day. Man was working round the clock like a madman. He's a freaking content factory in this business. But thanks to that, he is where he's at today. And you know what? I don't even think we really need to get too much more into it because everything that we needed to see has been explained, right? And again, I'm not trying to knock him, knock her, or dox anyone, but this is just a good case study on why things don't potentially work out, right? She didn't understand her position in the situation. She needed or felt she needed more attention than what she was getting. In other words, she said she felt like she was competing with the business. And in reality, the business is going to win out for someone who's just grinding and getting it, because that is the primary thing. He's going to go after that so that he can make you the beneficiary of what it is that he's doing. Because he's probably not spending. I mean, I don't know this guy daily, personally. I don't know what his spending habits are, but typically, if a man is with a woman long term, or if they're married or whatever, who has the money like that, we'll get a couple things for ourselves, but literally the direct beneficiary of that is going to be her. I really do feel sorry in this situation that their relationship did not work out. I think what we will see from this point going forward from Nas Daily, I think he's going to be cranking out content like a madman. I think he's going to get back in the lab and he's just going to keep doing the thing that he does best, with the added benefit of not having this extra stress or headache on him now. Think about it. He doesn't have to worry about her feelings or none of that anymore. And granted, she said she waited for a long time. I'm guessing at some point she probably brought up the idea of marriage, and he probably wasn't about it. He was like, nah. And he waited and he waited and he wanted to see what she was really about. And he waited. In this case, he waited 6 years to kind of see what she was really, her ideology, what was really, what she was about. And it came out in the end, right? So I don't know. That's just my take on it. I know the brother's going to do great things. I think Miss Aline, I think she's going to go and do great things on her own now, right? She's a content creator as well. So I don't know. It's sad, but this is just the nature of things. People come into your life, people go, right? Some people are there for a season. Some people are there for a lifetime. Let me know what you guys think about this situation down in the comments below. I think it's a very interesting case study on how certain relationships work, right? Until next time, YouTube, that's all I got. Peace.